Right, I'm going to introduce a new speedy CPD opportunity online using the concept of tweet chats. Tweet chats is where we use Twitter. Typically it's having an hour's conversation with perhaps 6 questions posted throughout the hour. People find that tweet chat by a hashtag, so that's that pound sign and a word. And the hashtag for Learning and Teaching in Higher Education tweet chat is LTHE chat, so that's what you would look for. So this idea came together actually in the summer of last year. There is an Ed chat that takes place that's US and typically teaching in school-centric rather than in higher education. So Christina Anthony and myself, a colleague, decided to come up with this idea that we might trial a pilot and see if we could bring a learning and teaching focus to these kind of tweet chats. So we set up a WordPress site, a free WordPress, bought a domain name which I think it cost me about £15 to buy, so we got the lthechat.com website and then started to build a programme of some of the things, the topics that we could talk about. So what we wanted to do is to have a mixture of putting it out to the vote so people could vote for particular topics to give them ideas, so audience participation. But we also looked for guest speakers. And as I say, we thought this was going to be just a pilot, but we've now extended our programme to Easter next year. The idea of the tweet chats is to involve both students and staff within higher education. So both can participate and actually both can be involved in leading the chats as well. And the idea of the chats is to share good practice, and I'll talk about the themes in a second that we've had for the first 8 sessions that we've done. But it's an opportunity also to develop skills, so digital skills. So for a lot of people, Twitter is still a new concept. Tweet chats is a new concept. So there's an opportunity for people to listen in. You don't necessarily have to be engaging hands-on to start with. This idea of lurking should be thrown out the window. The idea of listening is really important because that's how we learn. And people can develop confidence then to get involved with it in future iterations. The other thing is building contacts, connections. So rather than just having your CPD within your own subject group, your own department, your own faculty, or even this university, we can have this CPD with people all over the world, lots of different subject areas, and it's an hour a week. You don't have to take part every week. You can pick and mix. You can decide, what you want to engage with depending on the topic of the week. Our very own David Smith was one of our guest speakers, and I co-led the session with him on flipping the classroom. Today, at the 8 sessions that we've had, that was the most popular, and within 1 hour we had 700 tweets, which you can imagine is quite a lot. That's a lot of conversation going on. We then take all of those tweets and we use something called Storyfy, so we can capture them in one place and we share that link backwards again to the community through Twitter. So people can then read through those tweets. Within the tweets, you can imagine people, we've only got 140 characters, but we can also share links to useful resources. They could be papers, they could be websites, it could be videos, it could be podcasts, it could be anything. So there's a nice rich set of resources building there. And they're contained on the website, the WordPress site. So these are some of the topics. I'll read them out because it's quite small, this. So we started off with the introduction of advanced science professional development. Dr. Liz Bennett talked about developing staff digital literacy. We had engaging the unengaged learners, flipping the classroom with David Smith. Learners as co-creators of knowledge, enhancing employability with Ruth Lawton. Games for learning and engaging imagination. And there's lots of topics coming up, as I say, in the new year. We're looking for volunteers still for guest facilitators if they want to join in and get engaged with this. But we're also going to be having students. One of the first chats is going to be in a fortnight's time, and a student from Manchester Met is going to be seeking, collaboration with fellow students. And that's going to be about all the questions they've always wanted to ask. So he's going to gather from his student peers those kind of questions. So that's an opportunity for both students and educators to talk about those issues and maybe answer them for the students. So just some of the feedback that we've got from people enjoying it. So these are little grabs of some of the tweets. An enjoyable hour joining in the chat, found a number of interesting peers to follow, great conversations, very rewarding, definitely busy. Is it over yet? Oh no. What else? Taking part counts here. I like reading tweets on a topic. It's quite crazy, it's frenetic, but actually people are getting a lot of information from being part of it or observing it. And finally, we were submitted for an award, and we got through to being the finalists for the 2014 EduBlog Awards for Best Twitter Chat. We didn't win it, but at least we were in the final there. So hopefully that takes place every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. You search for the hashtag LTHEchat, then you'll be able to find it. Join in and let me know what you think about it. And certainly if you've got any suggestions for topics or you'd like to take part in it as a guest facilitator, just give me a shout. That's it. Any questions?
Okay.
Silence, yeah?
I don't use Twitter, and one of the reasons why is because I'm a bit scared about getting lost in so much stuff, and I think I can see where the advantages are in terms of getting a lot of information across. How do you sift through everything so you can think about the key bits?
Clay Shirky talks about dispelling the myth about information overload as filter failure. And one of the things with Twitter is, as you build your network of people to follow on Twitter, you follow people that are interesting to you. So you build your personal learning network, so those people are tweeting interesting things. The other thing about Twitter is that you can organise the people that you follow into lists, which means that you can contain them into different groups. So you don't need to look at all of your tweets, you can look at groups of people. So you might be interested in one group one time, one group another. And we'll be talking about that next week as part of the Bring Your Own Devices for Learning course that's going on. There are lunchtime sessions, 1 till 2. I'll be going out tomorrow advertising that. So the first session is about getting started on Twitter. So if you're free, come along and we can help you with that.
Well done, Sue. You kept the time, gone nowhere near that bell yet. Thank you very much for that. And I have to say, I have participated in these, and they are frenetic, they are different, they are really vibrant and rewarding experiences. Thanks, Sue.